This is Open Yoga Journal, and today we are going to tell you the tale of the higher self. Once upon a time, there was a higher self. It was good, bright, and kind. It didn't need anyone else. Once, unexpectedly, Egoism came to the higher self with a thick blanket of mire and whispered in its ear, "My dear, my beloved, get under the blanket. I will protect you and warm you up." The higher self thought, Egoism is so small and weak that it will not survive alone. Feeling sorry for Egoism, it said, "Okay, you can warm me and protect me." Egoism got excited and burst into activity. It wrapped the higher self in Mire's blanket so it could not see the light of day. The higher self was outraged. Then Egoism allowed it to pull the arms out from under the blanket, cut a hole for the eyes, and said, "But remember, you can't go out there, it's dangerous." The higher self sat under the blanket and thought, "It's warm, dry, and soft, but lonely and cramped." Then they saw there was a jar next to them. They opened the jar, and someone incomprehensible flew out. The higher self asked, "Who are you?" "My name's Will," the unknown answered. "What are you doing here, Will?" "All the higher selves have the will, don't you know?" "Not everyone knows, really." "What for? What am I to do with you?" The higher self was surprised. "Whatever you want, I can do everything." The higher self began to complain about egoism. "I should somehow cope with it, so that it would give me more freedom. The blanket should be thinner. It is so hot and heavy." Will answered, "It's easy. Nothing is impossible. We just need to find my best friends, Knowledge and Action. Shall we go looking for them?" The higher self was determined to find them. "Let's go." Egoism heard what the higher self and Will were talking about and said, "Look, it's dangerous there. You'll catch cold. You'll get sick. Take me with you. You can't go without me. I'll take care of you." What can you do? The higher self had to take Egoism with Mire's blanket on the journey. It was high for the higher self to carry everything. Egoism indeed helped by sitting on the top of higher self and walking him through bumps and lumps and puddles. But usually it was saying stupid things and complaining about feeling homesick and tired. Since Egoism was sitting in the sun, it began to dry out, shrink, and the blanket also began to tear and wipe. Our friends wandered around the world for a long time, and suddenly they met an old woman. The higher self has seen other higher selves with thick blankets, and this granny blanket was different. It was transparent, almost invisible. But she was not cold. On the contrary, she looked very happy. The higher self asked the granny, "Maybe you know where I can find Knowledge and Action, the friends of my will?" "Baby, of course I know. everyone comes to me for them. Do you want me to give it to you? Of course I want to. The Horse Elf was delighted. For me, please, a new blanket, shouted Egoism. Everything is possible. Here's knowledge, here's action, and here's a new blanket. Give your old one back to me. And the granny took out 2 jars and a box from her pocket. The Horse Elf took the cans and began to open them. Egoism was delighted, returned the old torn blanket, grabbed the box, opened it, and saw the same blanket as the old lady had, transparent thin. What is it? Egoism was surprised. Give me my old one back. But the old one was already gone, along with the granny. And then Egoism saw that Will was not small and grey, but big and bright. And next to him were his friends Knowledge and Action, also big and strong. Egoism said to the Horse Elf quietly, Let's go home. I'm afraid of them. Do you? And he looked so scared and started trembling. The Horse Elf tried on the new blanket, but it was light, pleasant. It allowed only walk on the ground and not fly up. There were fasteners on it, and if they want, they could take them off when it's hot. Beautiful. The 3 friends, 3 forces, like a magic shield, revolved around the Horse Elf, driving away all misfortunes. Here Egoism took offense and left. The Horse Elf lived freely and happily. If you want to study the theory and practice of yoga at your own pace, from simple to complex, please enroll a free online course on our website www.opanyogaclass.com. You can also find a free online course in English at www.yogaopenyoga.com. If you don't know what is yoga but wish to learn, there are many review materials on over 30 types of yoga on the website openyoga.ru. The schedule of all Open Yoga projects is on the website openyoga.ru under calendar section.